Hello boys and girls, welcome to another session of Kerbal Space Program. We have big missions to plan. Because we need an outpost on Duna, 5 Kerbals, cupola, power antenna docking port, Ike. Put your station in orbit of Ike. Ah. So this has to be a space station, right? No, wait. Oh. Oh, I see this thing. This is... 5 Kerbals. I'd have to check how well placed is it around Ike. There is no given orbit, so I guess we can choose any sort of orbit around Ike for the Ike station, but I'm not sure whether I will do it. Temperature scans. Explore Joule. Achieve an orbit. Scientific data around Joule. Something we can do as well. But maybe first... Surface outpost on Duna, yes. Let's do that. Let's try to focus on this mission, and I'm thinking, what can we take on the way to do temperature scans? They are a hassle. Surface of the area, that would take lots of delta V. A lot of delta V they would take. Temperature scans. But they are well rewarded. Over 300,000. Yeah. This is seismic, right? Hello, Salvager. I don't like this. Temperature scans. This would cost me a lot. Although I could do these temperature scans unmanned, right? If I can build an unmanned probe that will scan the temperature. I believe this one has a thermometer. Nope. Oh yes, it has thermometer. It has a full tank. I could use it. Duna mission 2. Could I use it? Measure the temperature in flight above this and that. They are some. Two of them are like flyby scans. One of them is a surface scan. I could do 2 flybys. And 1 landing, maybe. Salvage is suggesting you can do those 2 from a polar orbit. I really could, right? But it'll take a while. Yes, I know. It will take a while to get in the right spot. Yeah. But I have the craft built for it, right? Measure the temperature on the surface. And there is 1 seismic survey. This seismic survey can actually be done by our station on Duna, surface outpost on Duna. I can make this surface outpost land near this, in this zone, and have a temperature, have a seismic scan there. That would be awesome. Wouldn't that be awesome? I think it would. I think I will accept those 2 temperature scans and seismic surveys. But I'm not so sure I have enough fuel in that craft. But I have 25 years to do them, and it's good money, isn't it? Seismic survey. What if I miss the landing spot? What happens if I miss the landing spot? How will I then do this surface survey? It's on the pole. Oh, there's more of them. Yeah, that sucks. But as far as I can tell, that is a relatively flat area. Relatively flat. So it should be possible. Solvay just suggests if there are multiple seismic scans, it's probably a rover mission, yeah. But I only read about one. Seismic surveys. Oh yeah, there are 3. Alpha, beta and gamma site. I only saw alpha and gamma. Where is the beta site? Oh, there is it. Gamma. The beta side is right next to the alpha. Beta, gamma. So this really looks like a rover mission. Blech. Well, okay, but still, a rover mission is a rover mission. Doesn't have to be manned. This surface outpost is slightly smaller than what we needed to do for Moon. We don't need a lab here, and we only need to support 6 Kerbals. Okay, that's pretty much the same. Okay, but, well, this is... Seismic scans will be over in 5 days. Temperature scans will be over in 1 day. Do I really need those? My current task is to get my 6 Kerbals from Moon back to Kerbin, and preferably let them land on Minmus first before they get to Kerbin, so that they XP a little bit more. Which means that I need a transport system for my Kerbals. Devoka says you don't need a new craft for the temperature mission. That's true. Do you think I can do that with my satellite? I'll try it. Temperature scans of Duna. Let's do this. For a Delta V? Oh, a lot. For a landing we need a lot. Hello, Urban Mango. Let's try to do this. Wow, this really is a powerful engine here. Okay, now we'll have to wait for a good orbit. Yeah, probably too high. I'm still I'm still trying to get higher so that I can time warp faster. Oh, do I have a dead craft now? No operational modules. I had to lower my orbit in order to be able to do time scale. Yes, I will have to lower them as well. I'll have to have a higher orbit in order to time warp faster. Once I see I'm getting there with my orbit. Three RRAL above 11,800 meters. I am above. Technically, I am above 11,800 meters. But maybe you have to still be in the atmosphere, right? Because if you look at this and you try a temperature scan, okay, well, I can still send that. That's a little bit of science points, can't harm. Okay, I can do temperature scan out of the atmosphere. But I am in space. No, I will definitely lower my altitude. Question is when? When will I do it? It could take a lot of time, right? So I think in the next orbit, we could be somewhere near the site, right? So I should probably lower my thing now. Retrograde is this one. Until I have a periapsis at about 15,000 meters. Okay. And I think that I'm too late. I will need to burn. Oh boy, I will have to burn a lot. My prograde. I'll have to go to the left. Is the atmosphere that... No, in Duna the atmosphere is very thin. Very thin. So do you think I'm getting there, or should I burn a little bit radial, no, anti-normal? A little bit, right? Yeah, look at that. Pretty much precise. Precise. Do the temperature scan, please. Do it now. Transmit. Check. Done. And we will save the craft by burning very much prograde and very much upward. Hello, Flopsy. The spot point was rather big. Yes, indeed, it was. I remember those spots on Minimus. They were very tiny. I had to be pretty much exactly on that spot. Okay, next up. Next up is SI-18C, above 12,000 meters. SI-18C. SI-18C. could try a higher orbit and do you think I can do that? Well, I can try this orbit, but if it fails, if I fail, I will have to wait a whole Duna rotation. Okay, but that's okay. It's worth it. It is definitely worth it. And the third one, here I will have to land. There's no way around. Ah, I'm getting drunk. Drinking coconut rum. Oh! That wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah, what to do now? Can't do anything about it. I guess I'll wait. I'll wait for another. For another orbit. Do you think it could be the next one? Could be the next one. I shall try to scan it from high above. The question is, should I drop into the atmosphere? If so, I should brake now. If I should drop to the atmosphere, this is the opportunity to do it. If not, I will just risk it. I can take another orbit. I mean, I can take another Duna rotation. Yep, I'm not entering the site. Am I? No. No. It doesn't work like that. I have to be in the atmosphere. So I'll brake a little bit. What's wrong with this craft? What is wrong? Oh, this is wrong because I'm not controlling this one. Cannot switch vessels while in atmosphere. All right. Exit then. Pfft, do I care? Switch vessels while in atmosphere. Okay, let's try not to do too much of a change. But I'll have to burn anti-normal. Which actually means normal. Lennox sends a link. Orbital objects. Ah. But this is real world, right? Isn't it? This is the orbital objects around Earth. Lots of satellites. Wow. It's scattered with debris. Wow. Can you click on each of them and see what it is? I'd like to know what each of them is. TV satellites, debris of whatever missions. Look at this green belt. Active satellites. Red are tracked pieces of space debris. Ooh, wow. Yeah, it's becoming a problem. Yeah, I like it. Thanks for the link. I read run an article last year about space debris, that it is an increasingly becoming a problem in space for the space agencies. There's so much of it already. The good thing about this trajectory is that I don't need to burn prograde too fast, because that's just a dip into the atmosphere. SI18C. I know a better thing for a Kerbal alarm clock. They should have an alarm based on the zone. Like, ring me an alarm once this craft gets into the zone of SI18C. That would be perfect. We have fulfilled another part of the contract. Now we'll have to wait until we are out of the atmosphere, and maybe it will be just enough to start the landing in this zone 2K00. Sorry to interrupt with my random stumbles again, but this is an interesting puzzle. Men in hats. I guess I should pause the game then. Shown above are 4 men buried up their necks in the ground. They cannot move, so they can only look forward. Between A and B is a brick wall which cannot be seen through. They all know that between them they are wearing 4 hats, 2 black, 2 white, but they don't know what color they are wearing. Each of them know where the other 3 men are buried. In order to avoid being shot, one of them must call out to the executioner the color of their hat. So of their own hat, right? If they get it wrong, everyone will be shot. They are not allowed to talk to each other and have 10 minutes to fathom it out. Yeah, I know similar puzzles. Which one of them calls out? Why is he 100% certain of the color of his hat? This is not a trick question. There are no outside influences nor other way of communicating. They cannot move and are buried in a straight line. A and B can only see their respective sides of the wall. C can see B and D can see B and C. Yes, so I've solved similar puzzles previously. I'll just check that I have paused Kerbal. Yes. So B cannot tell the color of his own hat. C knows there are 2 white, 2 black. He sees 1 white, which means C knows he has 2 to 1 chance of wearing a black hat, but he cannot tell for sure. So B will be silent, C will be silent. D sees the color of B and C, and he knows that he has a 50-50 chance. He's either black or white. So he cannot tell its color either. A can see only the wall and knows that the three others can't really tell for sure what's their color. But also he has a 50-50%. Then he knows he has a 50-50% chance of being either white or black. So he will be silent too. How about C? The C that B is silent, obviously. A is silent, obviously. And he also sees that D is silent. Had D seen that B and C have both white, D would know for sure that he has black, and he would certainly say it. Yeah, that's the key. That's the key. That's the key, because C is waiting until D says something, because D can see the color of them both. And since D doesn't tell anything, it must mean that D sees two different colors. Because only D will be silent only if he sees two different colors, because otherwise he could precisely tell the color of his hat. So C, realizing that D is silent, concludes that D is seeing two different colors, and that D also sees B. C can conclude that his own hat is black. So C can talk and say, hey, I'm the one wearing the black hat, and he can save them all, right? Yeah. There is no genius in this. You have to have solved at least one of such tasks. There are, but they base on the same principle. So the silence is an information. The silence is giving away information. The silence of the others is giving away information for one of them who can conclude. Should I change my course or will it be just fine? No, here. Looks like we could be about right. I should probably think of a landing. How does that orb thing work? What sort of orb thing? Back to the puzzle. Are you referring to the puzzle Lennox gave us, or orb like in orbit or any other? Blue and orange ball. Yeah, the blue. This one. Yes, the nav ball, the navigation ball. How does it work? Hard to tell. There was a tutorial. Basically, simplified from the viewpoint of the craft. Imagine a sphere around the craft, right? About this big, a sphere around the craft, and roughly 1/2 of the sphere around the craft is filled with planet. That's the brown part. It's roughly 1/2. It's technically less than 1/2, a little bit, but it's roughly 1/2. So all the brown part of this sphere is representing like the sphere around the craft, which is planet, and the other part is blue. It's the sky. It's the sky part. Now this craft is moving. It has a front end and a back end. And the point to which the craft's front end is moving is marked this. That's the prograde marker. So I'm moving exactly where I'm facing now. If I face away, if I look high up at the sky, I'm still moving to the same direction, but I'm looking someplace else. So this is the place I'm looking, this is the place I'm moving. I can also look exactly opposite when I'm moving. That's the retrograde marker. I'm looking exactly in the against the direction of my movement now. So that's the prograde, retrograde. And there are markers like 90° orthogonal to my movement. That's normal, and the other one is anti-normal, which is about at the horizon. Roughly where the two spheres, the planet-filled half sphere and the sky-filled half sphere meet, and that there is markers for radial, just moving like facing directly into the planet side, into the planet half, and anti-radial facing directly away from the planet. So, and that's the 4 points. That's the 4 points, and you can orient your craft anywhere between, and when you burn, when you exert force, you change your direction, your movement direction, and that's why that's when these markers start moving. Yeah, you're welcome. If you don't mind asking, where are you from? Oh, I'm streaming from Germany, but my accent may be a little bit Slavic because my mother tongue is Czech. Killmister is here. Hello. Welcome to the stream. You're from Germany? Ah, nice. Good luck with your mission. See you. See you. Thank you. I will need a very soft landing here. So pro grade. We'll need to fly a little bit this way. Do you think I have 1000 delta V? 1000 delta V in this one? Not so sure. Totally not sure. This will be dangerous. Okay, I blew it. Oh no! I'll wait for the program to respond. Which city do you live in? In Wolfsburg. City of Volkswagen. What will happen now? I did not quick save. Do you think there is a chance that it will respond and go and continue, or should I just kill it and load? You will get put back to the last autosave, which probably did not happen since I've started streaming. Fracture says, I think it wasn't able to allocate enough memory for an explosion that big. BBZ says, nah, it's crashed. Alright then. Let's restart it. Well, the best case we can find is that it will be just before we entered the atmosphere for the last time with the satellite. Why does it crash? Oh, what? How come the temperature scans are on different positions now? But at totally different positions. Is it randomized each time this thing loads? Do I even have the mission? Measure the temperature on the surface no, wait, that was another one. This. Okay, these belong to another thing. These belong to another contract. Yes, so it was probably before I started to brake. No, they are not randomized. It generated a new mission which wasn't there before. I see my seismic mission is gone now forever. But these temperature scans stem from a new mission. And I think that we should... Hello. Switch to. Can I switch to you? Fly you. No, I will land nearly exactly on that point I need to. I'll just give myself a little bit of headroom. Overshot the point a bit for the braking. Even more, you think? I overshot it like by I don't know, by a little bit. I'll still be quite high in the atmosphere when I will pass over it. You see? Should be... If this is 16,000, I should be about 10,000 altitude. And at 10,000 altitude I want to reduce my orbital speed to about 0. I should already put myself to retrograde and be prepared to brake. A little bit too high, you think? Yeah, it might be too high, but... Okay, let's be like this. Yeah, this is definitely not too high. It will take some time until I reduce my 900 or 800 meters per second to 0. My engine is not that strong. And you are too late now. Really? Indeed I am. Which means I should go normal. Much fuel I've got. Should this be right? This could be right? a little bit more. What is mods of top middle? Top middle. That mod is called Simple Engineer by Cybutech. It's like Kerbal Engineer or Flight Engineer, but without the need to attach a modded part to the craft. So it doesn't cost you any money, but it only shows you the very basic things. Simple Engineer mod was made especially. Thank you for linking it, Daywalker. Was made specially for me by Cybutech in times where he was watching my streams, and we were having a little competition in times of sandbox only KSP, and it still works. So here I come. $17,000. I have to land here. $16,000. But Cybutech did not take my advice. Daywalker is complaining. Well, I think I have to burn retrograde now. Hello? Hello? Why can't I freaking do anything? Oh, I can. Whoa, I overshot by such an amount. Just because I haven't had the English keyboard installed. I'm out of fuel. Oh boy. Okay, this is it. Our only option is to land our space station at this point. But we have got no space station. Land our space station. Land our outpost, surface outpost. Temperature scans on Gilly. Well, that's easy as well. I will take that contract, certainly. Wow, these Gilly temperature scans are really worth a lot. And they should be very cheap in terms of delta V. I'll take this mission, it's worth 500,000. It's worth 500,000. My mission to Eve will be unmanned, exploring Gilly. Okay, recover scientific data from the surface of Gilly. Should be possible. I'll take it. New surface outpost on the moon. Go. No, I already have an outpost on the moon. Why should I have another one? Orbital station around Eve. My transfer stage could become an orbital... Oh, okay, it can't become an orbital station around Eve. Okay, so the current task is to get Kerbals from moon to Minmus. I think they will gain some XP by coming to Minmus. How will I transport them? It is 7 Kerbals. Bunch of Kerbals standing around for who knows how long. That's creepy, you say, BBZ. I'm thinking, how will I do it? Will I have one massive craft for all of them? For 7 Kerbals? Or will I have one craft delivering 6 small rockets for 6 of them? and one of them would fly the big craft, and they would all get to Minmus and back. What would be the cheapest? What would be cheaper? What would be cheaper? BBZ's suggesting one big one with a lander stage and a return stage. Really? Because you know, the cheapest way to have a Kerbal containment is this Mark I pod. Because it costs you only 600 per one Kerbal, which is much cheaper than the lander can, which costs you around 1625 per Kerbal. Well, this one, I don't know how much it costs. I can certainly... 1,500 per Kerbal. This one is also cheap. This one costs you only 200 per Kerbal. Maybe I should use external command seats. There is a Kerbal habitat for 3 Kerbals, I know, and it's called this one, Mark II command pod, but it costs you roughly 1,300 something. You say 6 radial mounted pods. Yes, that's what I was thinking about. Six of these pods radially mounted. But since I'm mounting 6 of these pods, I could have a fuel tank and an engine below each of these pods, and they could become separate crafts. So each of these 6 Kerbals could get to Minmus and back to Kerbin separately. But maybe even cheaper solution would be 1 craft and 6 seats, 6 external command seats. That's really only 200 per Kerbal. That would be the best, right? That would be really cheap. BBZ says command seats sound good. Then we should do it. But how about the parachutes? We will need quite a lot of parachutes here. Utility. I'll take this one and 4 of these. Four? Am I serious? No, I'm not. I'll take 3. Must be more than enough. Right? Mark all command seeds on the pod. And where would the parachutes go? I would mount them on the fuel tank, if you don't mind. How much delta V does this thing have? 2.6 thousand. Okay, I'll have to make it bigger. I'll make it bigger like this. Which obviously is not the way I need cubics. And I'll mount each seat on each of these tanks, and I'll have fuel ducts. Yeah, this one's got like 5,000 meters per second delta V, and on the moon it's got a thrust to weight ratio of 2. It should be enough. Should be enough. And this 10-ton vessel we have to transport to the moon. Elaine says, I've never used command seats. Could they die from re-entry? No, I don't think so. Can they? Can Kerbin die from re-entry? I don't think that that fire around it is not really modeled as heat. It's just animation. Doesn't really mean anything to the game internally. Some micro landing struts here. Yep, should be enough. Put some batteries on. We have enough delta V to get to Minmus and back with this. Why do you like the Duna so much? I don't like it. I just have contracts around Duna, which I have to fulfill. This one's got like 2,000 meters per second delta V. It's not even necessary to have that much. I believe 1,000. Well, okay, let's have 1,800. Should be enough. Should be enough. Actually, fuel tanks. 500. This is not getting. I'm going to get to Duna, but this one's like 1,000. Duna, I mean Moon. This could get to Moon once this thing is in the atmosphere. The problem is, how do you get a 15-ton thing in the atmosphere? If I had used the larger tank, they could get into the atmosphere almost by itself. Even larger could even make it from the ground, right? Well, not really. This one's got like 3000 meters per second delta V. And will not even lift itself up. Whereas this will barely. Well, this would be good for the high atmospheric flight, and below I could put a skipper engine or something. How about a poodle here? How much does this engine cost? With this engine it costs 14,000, and with the poodle engine it needs 15,000. $1,800 delta V, 1,863, 1,824. So the poodle engine has got more delta V in it. Yeah, I'll take the poodle engine then. And it's got even more thrust, right? 1.08, 1.01. Poodle is the king here. And for the lower stage, I will use probably a skipper with a big tank here. It's not going to do. Well, skipper, this, I've got about 3000 delta V here. Fuel tank, 3.5 thousand, and the rest should be done by boosters. Yeah, this is pretty cheap. Done by boosters. What are the cheapest boosters? $325. Oh, they are cheap. What's the next bigger booster? This one, really? I believe there were boosters about. Structural. Yeah, this got 4.4 thousand, and it's rather cheap. Do you think this will get to the moon? 2.36 thrust to weight ratio is rather too much. I'll reduce it to 70. 1.68 sounds about right? 4.4 thousand. Yeah, this is getting to the atmosphere. First stage boosters, second stage this thing, third stage the poodle. Yeah, wait a moment. Poodle. But poodle is supposed to make it to the moon. Not to the atmosphere. The last stage has... No, I'll make bigger boosters here. Like 5,000. It has plenty, you say, but don't forget we have to land on the moon. We have to land on that precise location. That will cost us. That will cost us like 1200 delta V. And then we'll have to, so let's say we have 3000 delta V to get from Moon to Minmus. From Moon to Minmus transfer, if we get to a nice transfer window, it will cost us about 300. Landing on Minmus, getting from Minmus, it has plenty, right? It really has plenty. So do you think these will be enough? Well, I want to pick them up at Moon, bring them to Minmus, let them gather some samples on Minmus to give them some more XP, you know, and then bring them from Minmus back to Kerbin. That's the plan. So what do you think? We will end up in the atmosphere, out of the atmosphere in Kerbin's orbit with nothing but 4.3 thousand meters per second delta V. From there we will use about 1000 to get to Minmus. That will leave us with about 3.3 thousand. I will use something for the landing, which will be about another 1000. There will be 2000 left. I will need another 1000 to leave Moon's sphere of influence, get to Moon, land on Moon and get back. That is actually very tight. There is no margin for error. So while this would give me 4.4 delta V, 4.4 kilometers, this would give me 4.9. This would give me 4.9. But it costs 10,000 more. What happens if I can't target my landing properly? I will need lights as well, so the delta V will be even lower than what I have. You want to have like 5500 before your last stage, I think. Yes, and that's what I don't have. That's what I don't have. My last stage has got only 4.3 thousand. And I'm not even in Kerbin's orbit yet with this. So what I could do is just add another fuel tank. This costs 2.3 thousand. Why are these more expensive than these? Yeah, this will give me 5.3. I think it can be done like this. $37,000. It costs twice as much as I wanted, but we have margin for error. But who will fly it? Who the hell will fly this? I don't have a pilot. This will be remotely controlled then. Which will cost us another 100 delta V. I've got only 4,000 delta V to land on Minmos on the very special spot where the orbital station is, where the outpost is. Escape moon. Get to Minmos, get back. Tight. That's tight. What do you say, Solar? Should I have the ion engine? Should I have a solar panels only? Solar panels can't harm. Okay. Do we need struts? Of course we need struts. This one weighs 100 tons. I need a starting help. What is it called? Stability enhancer. SAS when batteries. I have got 2 batteries and SAS is included in this probodobodine, right? This one's got SAS. Yeah, it has got SAS. Anything else? Anything I'm forgetting? I've got lights so that I can see where I'm landing, even if it's dark. I've got 4,000 delta V. The probe has minimal SAS. You really suggesting taking another ring? Minimal is alright. I won't need that much. Okay. You are the more experienced player. But it will cost me. Man, this cost me 2,000 delta V. You crazy? No. I can't afford that. I would have to rebuild that. Well, no, wait. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. Why does this have only 2.4 thousand meters per second delta V? It had 4.6 before. Boosters. This. What's wrong? What is wrong with this? Nothing changed, right? But now it's got like half the delta V. Oh, I see what changed. The fuel ducts changed. Yep. All right, so if the fuel ducts don't change, so it'll cost me 100 delta V. 100 delta V. 4,000, man, 4,000. Is it possible to land on moon with 4,000? Get to Minmus. Land on Minmus. What if I take another small tank? .3, 5.5, 200 meters per second delta V. All right. Right? $42,000. Crew. There is no crew in this. That's correct. Action groups are fine. Staging. This. And boosters are fine. Do you think I should have separatrons on these boosters? I think I should. Separatrons are a must-have. Not in sandbox. In sandbox it doesn't matter, but in career mode you want to be sure. Any stage which is successfully decoupled in sandbox will crash into your main stage in the career mode. Best stage for separatrons is inside, facing down. So you think I should put them this way? I don't really want to place them inside. What if I place them facing down? Will it be okay? I'm somewhat afraid. Until now I've had a good experience with this, but that was in times where these things were placed rather low. I think we'll be fine. Come on, let's try it. I will risk 42,000 without really testing it. Check once more. 5 and 1. Decouple 6 and 1. 5 and 1. Launch. Alas, I don't have any things on board. Any thermometer, any nothing. Any scientific data from Minmus? It will cost me a fortune. Bromes is here. Hello, Bromes. No way. They don't deserve it. They will bring surface samples. Enough surface samples for everybody. Hopefully this craft won't wobble like the last one. Looking good. All right, off we go. Oh boy! Should have put that thrust limit much higher up than 70%. Wow, that's what a waste, what a waste. I think I wasted like 200 delta V here. What a waste. Oh boy. Half of the tanks just gone. Half of the SRBs. That's what happens to you if you don't test it in the sandbox. And this is... oh boy! Just can't even get it up there. The engine is too weak. Oh, craziness. Oh! Should I land this? Should I land this on Kerbin and try to salvage what's possible? I don't think I can land this. Ah, that's like 1000 delta V just wasted in Kerbin. I will never do it again. I will never do it again without sandbox. Never ever. Yeah, rage quit. I should kill the process here. I blew 40,000 of credits. So stupid of me. No, the stream is going on, don't worry. Oh boy, oh boy. I will have to break for Moon with the landing stage. Brome says, I'm trying this game after I saw your stream. May I ask always? I always go east very quick after 10,000. The best way to do it is really slow, in fact. No, it's more complicated than that. It depends on the craft you're launching. I don't think I can explain really in a concise manner. But you're doing it right if you go east, because you're using the Kerbin's rotation in your favor when gaining orbital speed. Ideally, what you want to get is if the Kerbin surface would be flat and not round, you go straight up through the very thick atmosphere. That very thick atmosphere ends at about, I don't know, 8 or 10 kilometers altitude, and from then you go at a parabolic curve to a point outside of atmosphere. Ideally, the apoapsis of your low Kerbin orbit. And here we go. This is it. This is crazy. I lost 300 delta V. More than that. Man, I lost like 1,000. Can it be done with 1,000? Can it be done with 3,000 delta V? I don't think we can afford the landing on Minmus. I only have this stage left. This was supposed to land on Minmus with full fuel, or be in Minmus. This was supposed to be in orbit of Moon with the full fuel. Now I think I will make it to the Moon and back, but the Minmus is out of the question. I don't have enough fuel to get to Minmus. That sucks. I wanted to let the Kerbins let the Kerbals gain some experience. What is it worth to me? Is it worth 400,000, 40,000? I don't know. Wait, 40,000. That's like 8,000 for each of them, right? What's the lack of fuel is due to your takeoff? Yes, it is. Not due to my takeoff, due to the design of the craft. Due to the fact that I have reduce the throttle of the boosters, of the solid rocket boosters, to 70%. The takeoff was very slow. I wasted fuel because I don't know, should I restart this? One thing is I could bring them back, pick up a Minmus contract, get them to Minmus, do the Minmus contract. At least it would pay for the transport to Minmus. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I would get the moon mission done and see where you are when you get from there. Yes, I would. I agree. So this is where my periapsis would be now. That's close enough. So I'm getting here. So I could plan a maneuver here. Anti-normal. That would be somewhat of a waste. What if I do normal from here? That sounds better. I will do two things in one shot. I will align my orbit so that it intersects, so that it is above the place where they are. I think I'll go for this maneuver. It's slightly more expensive, but better. The problem is I won't see how much delta V I have left on the moon. I only see the amount of fuel I've got. Not really the delta V. I didn't attach the Kerbal engineer part to my rocket. But knowing that this craft had about 4,000 delta V, I should have about 3,300, maybe 3,200 left right now, judging by the ratio of remaining fuel to total. Okay, now I believe the lander could just continue going retrograde until it decelerates somewhere close to the Kerbals. I hope they are not on the other side of the moon. Yes, they aren't. Okay, I think I will need about anti-normal. .600 meters per second delta V. How fast can I brake? Okay, rather slowly. Are the Kerbals over there? Don't really know. It looks like I'm just above them. Yeah! Oh boy, I did overshot. I did overshoot by so much. So much! Oh no. Oh, this will cost me. This will cost me dearly. Oh. It will cost me so much that I will even crash into the surface of Moon. or maybe not. I think we will be happy if we make it back to Kerbin. So much for the Minmus plan. What's your plan? I just joined. The plan is to save these Kerbals. I have 7 Kerbals sitting there at the station. Yeah, I think each Kerbal has to fly by EVA of 2 kilometers. I think that's okay. Can't really afford to waste any more fuel on this. Okay, lights out. Well, I've got about 1000 meters per second delta V left. This will be tight. This will be tight. Two kilometers with each Kerbal. They have to get over there. All right, so do you think I should Which one of them is my scientist? I need to get the scientist in here. Scientist is Bob. Bob's the only scientist here. So I have to get Bob into the science module. Oh, it says here as well. Bob into the science module and process some science there. Bob Kerbin. Bob's in the science module. Oh, science needs two people. I don't have a. Does the lab module do a better job if it's manned by 2 scientists rather than 1, and 1 scientist and an engineer, for example? I should have hired 2 scientists. Oh, flip it. Is operational. How can I fly this guy? Wait, I know. Process lab data. I will process this. Process this. It's processing, but it's got no value. Will it render this module inoperable? Are you sure? Oh, yeah, I'll need to wait a little bit until we recharge our batteries. It's recharging. Okay, now transmit this. Yes, transmit it, I don't care. Don't worry, it won't be inoperable. Okay. Transmit this. Hello. Transmit this. Transmit it, I don't care. It won't be inoperable. All right, now you have to go there. It's 2 kilometers. Then be careful with your RCS fuel. We'll have to do this 6 more times. What are you? You're not Jeb, aren't you? Sonfal. But Sonfal is my new pilot, isn't he? Oh no, Tanberry is a pilot. Wait. I'll have to check. I would let the least experienced pilot fly this. Sonfal is a pilot. Yes, Sonfal is a pilot. Sonfal, Tanberry and Jeb are my pilots. Sonfal has the honor. Sonfal has the honor to fly this. And the others will just get there. Can't you speed up the time? Well, I could, but I couldn't control them then. As you can see, I can barely do with 1 times speed. So how do they mount this? How do they mount these seats? Oh wait, don't tell me. They have to be upside down to mount them. How do I mount these? Hello? Am I doing something wrong? Right click on it. Board. Oh yes. Why doesn't it work like in a pod? Where is Kerbin? Oh boy! What did I just do? Kerbin, UEVA. Libby is, don't question Glorio's Kerbal engineering, it works precisely as intended. Yes, confuse the user. Libby says, I guess it's because the seats are parts originally from a mod and not from the base game, so it's kind of mixed signals. Yeah, could be. I didn't know they are from a mod. But lots of things, lots of mod parts and mods have been adopted to the base game, and I like that. That's a nice collaboration with the modding community and the developers. Much better than Star Citizen's next great starship, which has been a fiasco. So there are no Kerbals in here. How do I EVA them? With the contracts to build bases or stations supporting X amount of Kerbals, I wonder if you can use the commands. Yeah, I don't know. I did not dare to try because the costs are so expensive to do that. I might have to try in my moderate career. Okay, please try and tell us. And can you use usual pods instead of the copula module? Because the copula weighs like 2 tons. I wonder if you can use the usual Mark 1 pod instead of the cupola. Cupola. So we are set, right? 7 Kerbals on board. And about 1000 meters per second delta V left. What if I don't make it? What if I don't make it? But so the cheapest way to get back to Kerbin is burn retrograde with regards to the moon's orbit, right? The moon is orbiting this way, so I can pretty much wait until until these guys will be retrograde, and then I can burn straight away from the moon, right? I can burn straight to the what is it? Zenith or nadir? This point, I mean. Is that right? But as I see, this will never happen. Ha ha ha. Okay. I will have to go east here. Yeah, because the moon's got a bound rotation. One of his orbits is also one of his orbits around Kerbin. Okay, so we go east. We go east. We go east. Moon is tidally locked, so you have to go You've got no electric charge. Is that so? Don't I have a locked battery? Didn't I lock any one of them? No. Okay. I'll just wait it out. Electric charge is there. Okay, so we go east. I go east, and once I am around the moon, at about this point, I will burn prograde, which should catapult me retrograde with respect to his orbit. Let's do this. Wow, that will be a lot of delta V there. Oh boy, how much delta V do I need for this? No, burning up would be a great mistake. I have to get into the orbit around the moon. Takeoff landing gear, not that it really matters because we have no atmosphere here. Apoapsis is at 8,000. There's no way I could make it to Minimus. I have to go straight back to Kerbin. The periapsis is already nicely there. Okay, and now I think once I'm here, at this point, I will start to burn prograde, which will raise my apoapsis a lot. Go even before that. Okay. Yeah, that's about as good as it can get. Right? Oh, this is better. This would be better if I'd start here. But any other thing will result in my resulting periapsis be much higher. The periapsis will be at its lowest about here, 3.6 megameters. Yep. So I better do this. Could see if I could make some changes by burning anti-normal. Oh yes, anti-normal would help a little bit. Great bit, actually. Great bit. Question is, $2.5. Oh boy, I want that. Yeah, I'll go for this. Right. 200 more delta V. Yeah, I could have that. I think we are going to make it to Kerbal safely. To Kerbin. Oh, 1.8. Even 1.8. It's even better than I thought. Okay. Now I should just go retrograde, right? Or do you think I should wait one orbit? I'll wait one orbit, just in case I don't have enough parachute power. I think I can afford one to burn without re-entry. So this would already, I could aero brake here, but I think I'll go for a full entry. I have no idea where I'm going to land here, but we will see that hopefully. somewhere here. Yeah, it's better. Uh-oh. I fast forward like too much, right? Here we go, Kerbals. Oh, will they drown if I land this in water? They probably will, right? I should then burn a retrograde. And bring this thing down even further. BB said no, they will be fine. Really? Will they be really fine? I don't know. I think they will drown. Have you ever had a Kerbal in water? Oh, well, they won't burn, I know it. Kerbals don't burn. Ooh. I really don't know whether there is water or land there. Altitude. Where's my altitude? 30,000. Should I put the parachutes to a higher altitude? What mod is that showing your flight path in the red? Oh, that's a very good mod. It's called like, what is it? What is it called, guys? Please help. Trajectories mod. I'll deploy the chutes now. Hello. I'll still land in water. Oh damn. Oh, please don't die, Kerbals. Please don't die on me. This won't help me much, right? Guys, I think Kerbals are going to die. I'll lose my best pilots. Jeb and everybody. I should probably spam the recover craft button. But technically for the game, the Kerbals only die in water if they EVA, right? Or if the part breaks in which they are contained. Yes, I will burn the last part to get my speed below 6 meters, of course. So if the parts don't break, the Kerbals should be fine, right? Am I thinking right? Or I could try to land this with engines only. Kerbals can swim. No, Kerbals can't swim. I dropped a Kerbal in water and he died. But maybe he died from the impact. I don't know. They should be okay below 6 meters per second, you say? Okay. No, Kerbals survive in water just fine. It's the hitting that does the poof. Water physics have always been iffy. Okay, thank you guys. Sonfal, you will make this. This is your great responsibility. You are responsible for the life of Jeb, Bill and Bob and 3 others, newbies. I am below 6 even without engines, but I'll still fire them up a little bit. But not too much, because I don't want to lose my parachutes. Hooray, 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 hooray. We did it. Sonfal, you're a hero. Yeah. I bet you like it. Rick. Oh, you know what I did not do? I did not take surface samples and everything from the moon. All right. I don't depend on science points too much, so that's okay. Come on, give me a summary. Oh yeah, 70 science points still. Lots of parts. And crew, look at that. 7 XP gain, 7 XP gain, level 1, level 1, level 1. Jeb gained 2. Tanberry, no XP gain, why not? Why didn't Tanberry get any XP? He's done it all, been everywhere. Tanberry. Plant flag on moon, 5. Orbit around Kerbin, 2 times. No, 2. 2 XP. Yeah, I've got level 1 engineers. I can repack parachutes with my engineers. What does a scientist level 1 do? Part science return 105%. Vessel science return 105 returns. Okay. Yeah, the scientists are not really not important that much. Tanberry was awarded no points for trying to eat the science, says Libby. Tanberry was trying to eat the science. Okay. Well, I'm happy we did it. Thank you, guys. What now? Well, what now? Now is sleeping time for me. Heliosynchronous orbit around the sun. Huh? No. Ike satellite. Nah. Too cheap. 200,000, 240. It would cost me 100 to get there. Surface outpost on Minmus. Haha. Should we do that? 5 Kerbals only. Five Kerbals, that's a cupola and two more units of habitats, how they are called. Shouldn't be too expensive. And it would get my Kerbals onto Minmus, so they would XP more. Is it worth? How much did Jeb get to plant a flag on Minmus? 6. He got 6 XP. Brome says good night, Nagila. I'm oof. I'm oof too, but follow you. Yes. Have a good night. I'll go to sleep as well. I won't do anything here. I will just plan tomorrow's missions. How about landing? Well, he doesn't get any XP for landing. But if they'd all plant a flag on Minimus, they would definitely be level 2. Jebediah doesn't even have to go. The space station has to support 5 Kerbals. So I don't need Bob. Bob is a scientist. Scientists are unimportant. But engineers and pilots, everybody except Jeb and Bob should go, right? Should go plant that flag on Minmus. Hello, Sebi. You don't need to take any. Why not? No, I'm just XPing my pilots, you know. The other thing they could do, they could plant a flag on Duna or Ike. Get some XPs there. The station can be empty and it still completes the mission. That's true. But why? Once I'm going there, I could use it and XP my pilots. They could advance to a second level. I don't need the science. I have got plenty of science here. I just need the XP for my pilots. But it would be a very cheap mission, right? I would spend about 1 day with it. And they should orbit Eve, plant a flag on Gilly, plant a flag on Duna, do the temperature scan, Really, Sebi? Actually, while inside, Kerbals don't weigh anything? I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't know what to do here. Getting them to Minimus. I guess I would get more experience in constructing heavy rockets if I'd build something which will get them to Minimus. Because the Minimus outpost has 5 Kerbals, antenna, docking port, power. The Duna outpost has to have 6 Kerbals, okay, docking port, power, antenna. I thought it would be even the same, but it is not. Well, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think I will decide tomorrow when I start playing. Alright. Have a good night, guys. It's getting late. I will continue this some other time. See you then.